Diogo Jota, the silent son and the relentless runner. In the world of modern football, where fame is often measured by headlines, million-dollar contracts, and deafening applause, Diogo Jota chose a different path. He wasn't loud. He wasn't always on the front pages. But for those who truly love the game, Jota embodied the spirit of perseverance, quiet passion, and a heart that never gave up. Born in Porto on December 4, 1996, Jota, whose full name was Diogo José Teixeira da Silva, showed an early love for the game. His childhood wasn't filled with peaceful afternoons by the sea or melodies from an open window, but with scraped knees on dusty fields and endless runs in the youth jersey of Gondomar. There, he scored a staggering 39 goals in 37 matches, an impossible feat to ignore, and his first firm step into a future that was never going to be easy. His professional career began at Paços de Ferreira, a small club in Portugal's top division. And yet, in just 41 games, he scored 14 goals, enough to turn heads across Europe. In 2016, he was signed by Atletico Madrid, a giant leap forward. But that step came with challenges. He never made an appearance for the first team. For many, that would have been the end of the dream. But for Jota, it was just a bend in the road. He was loaned to FC Porto, then to Wolverhampton Wanderers, where he truly found himself. At Wolves, Jota wasn't just a goal scorer, he became the pulse of the team's pressing and counterattacking machine. His efforts were instrumental in lifting Wolves back into the Premier League. Quiet, relentless, and efficient, this was how Jota defined himself. Then in 2020, Liverpool came calling, and the football world started to take real notice. In the red of Liverpool, Jota found his spiritual home. He wasn't always the hero of the headlines like Salah or Van Dijk, but he was the tireless runner, the cold-blooded finisher, the vital link in Klopp's intricate system. With 65 goals and 26 assists in 182 appearances, he helped Liverpool lift the FA Cup, League Cup, and Premier League. These were the peaks of any footballer's dreams. Off the pitch, Jota was even more special. He stayed out of the spotlight, avoided scandal, and remained grounded. His heart always belonged to his family, especially Ruta Cardoso, his childhood sweetheart, who stood by him from his teenage years until their wedding in June 2025. They had 3 children together and had just begun what seemed like a perfect life. But then came the day the football world froze, July 3, 2025. On a highway near Zamora, Spain, tragedy struck. Jota and his younger brother Andrés Silva were in a car when a tire burst during an overtaking maneuver. The vehicle veered out of control, slammed into the barrier, and caught fire. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. Jota was only 28 years old, a rising career and young family, abruptly taken. Some say that God calls kind souls to heaven a little sooner. Maybe that was true for Jota. He didn't need a long life to prove his worth, because what he left behind was already more than enough. A legacy in the hearts of Liverpool fans, a warrior's spirit on the pitch, a role model off it, and a story that would inspire anyone who's ever been overlooked or doubted. To many, Diogo Jota was never quite a superstar, but that's what made him unforgettable. He was a mentality monster, as they say at Anfield, a titan of mental strength. He didn't need to shout to show his passion. He didn't need the spotlight to shine. All he needed was the pitch, and to run with everything he had, for the badge, for the crowd, for himself. Now that he's gone, the world finally sees the truth. Some players don't just score goals, they leave something deeper behind. They leave resilience, kindness, and the proof that quiet effort can echo the loudest. Diogo Jota came, lived, fought, and loved this life in the simplest, most honest way. And for that, he'll always be remembered as the quiet runner who left footprints no time could erase. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories to come. Thank you for watching.